Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. I'm going to jump in the queue here. And I saw a couple games live. Let's watch Gast versus Mojang. We seem to be in the middle of a Bombarder middle game. At a glance, Mojang looks way ahead. Right? Just way more attack, better Bombarder tempo. What is the downside? I don't see one. Slightly down on drones, obviously, you know, like several if you count the Galvanis, but yeah, I mean, that's the sound of a player who's in bad shape. That wall sound. Yeah. Bombarder's just gonna carry this one. Okay, let's go watch another game. We'll probably get matched with one of these two pretty soon, but, oh, this game just started. What's the thing here? I mean, wow. There's a lot of good, like, stuff. Like, these three work well together, and, like, Cauterizer's kind of in that neighborhood also. I guess you... Could you really try something with, like, Asteries and Isos? There's Gast. Yeah, that game ended. Base plus 5, 60 seconds. A lot of green. Happy to be player 2 at a glance. No particular Valk synergies except for the enemy chieftains. Redeemer into Urban Sentry seems pretty cool. Right? Because you can build the non-prompt Urban Sentry as soak and it's there in time for the Gauss charges. And then you build like a wall to absorb the rest, or soak the rest. That eventually leads into Chieftains, which is cool. I'm not very happy about skipping out on all the red, though. There might be enough defense with Urban Sentry and Chieftain that maybe you could justify enough drones to also buy an Animus, but I feel like just blue-green is probably better. You know, it's a bummer to miss this stuff, but what can you do? I wouldn't be too surprised to see opponent go DCB next turn, which would get them Redeemer into Urban. That's actually, like, kind of scary. But they'd be on a pretty small number of drones, and I hope that I might find something to do about some way to exercise my drone advantage against that. Because, like, with Urban and Chieftain, it's not going to be a short game, right? And so having a reasonable number of drones is I think, worthwhile. But that's certainly the line I'm most afraid of, because I don't know exactly how I would fight against it. It just seems like something that should have a little bit of trouble. Okay, interesting. Opponent's gonna go... Oh, wow. This is the slowest. No, there we go. Okay. So they're doing the thing I thought, and I assume that they're gonna start with Redeemer. This is normally an Urban Sentry opening, but Redeemer into Urban Sentry seems even better. Against which I suppose I kind of have to get a wall and then get my own Redeemer. Although, it might be better against that to get Sentry before Redeemer because of... I'll let them absorb less total attack. I don't know. No, they're not doing this. Interesting. Against this, the idea of Redeemer and then Urban is less good, because that's a long time that their Urban Sentry is actually doing damage for free. So I think I still have to wall, but it's not the end of the world, because I can drone more. And now I can, like, Redeemer Gauss Cannon in a single turn, which is kind of cool, I guess. They'll be threatening 4, but I can still deal with that. Oh, wow. That's bold. I mean, I guess they're setting up for the Chieftain, maybe? Or hoping to get the Chieftain set up, but I don't think it's that likely. Like, Chieftain is something you'd really love to have against your own Redeemer Gauss charges. But I'm not totally sure how to do it. Yeah, here Wall is great. It looks exploitable, but it's not. I wish I could add another conduit like they have. That's pretty cool, but at the moment I can't. So there you go. It's a pretty close game, right? Like, we have the same damage numbers. I'm up a drone but down a conduit, and they have tempo. So I feel like I'm losing a little bit, but it's pretty close. Is Drone NG what I want? Do I want a wall or something instead? I don't think I want a wall. Yeah, I need more tech. Opponent suddenly has just only like 5 attack now, so I'm not under as much pressure. I assume they'll get a Redeemer soon. Actually, maybe I should assume they will get a Redeemer, right? Against which I'll want... They'll be attacking for 5... 8. I'll want like a wall. Ugh. So Wall defends against Redeemer. Or 2. Wall defends against what they already have, and then I need 3 more defense. I mean, I guess this NG into Force Field does it. Lets me add a Gauss Cannon. Ugh. I guess if they try to add a Redeemer, they're losing an Urban, so there's that. Oh, no, they can Force Field. Yikes. Yeah, opponent's just buying way more efficient units than I am, and these Redeemers are putting on too much pressure for me to, like, do good stuff with. On the other hand, getting up to a multiple of 3 attack when they have no engineers is pretty cool. I don't know what I'm supposed to do to win this. They're going to be able to add, like, another Redeemer here, right? No, they're going to have to defend against all these. They've already defended. No. The Gauss charges are coming in next turn. So I'll be attacking for, what, 12? They have enough force fields, but I don't think they can add more attack. But I, like, ugh. Do I just do this? They'll be attacking for 9 again, which is like... This sucks. I don't know, do I need another forge? I don't think that would help. Like, I'd really like to get out an Urban Sentry, is the thing. But I don't think I really can. Like, wall, urban, force field... Like, that doesn't defend, so... First Redeemer was just really unpleasant. like, rather, having to deal with opponent's first Redeemer was very unpleasant. And I just, I don't see any advantage for myself at this point. I'm down 3 attack. We're tied on drones. What am I gonna make happen here? I can't even like do something cool involving like using force fields to buy more attackers because I won't have enough tech, right? So I also can't Redeemer plus force field plus hold drone because I don't have the money. Like, the one thing I could do if I wanted to make something happen would be to get an urban, force field, hold a drone. I don't see this winning, but I have to do something. Okay, I mean, there's some more attack. No, there's simply no way. This was a sad game. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess what I should have done was anticipate opponent making the same Redeemer into Urban Sentry play first, which I did anticipate at some point. Ah, but they didn't do that. They went Urban first. And then I was just constantly on the back foot. I could have responded with my own Urban, but it doesn't even do anything into their Urban, right? Maybe I shouldn't have gotten this Redeemer yet. Since it's not doing a lot of damage past Absorb. I mean, it does some. Maybe I could try droning up more, but I think if I just let them get these great Redeemers, like, that's not gonna work. The other thing is to try, like, red. Is to say, okay, you know what? They have the faster red, green, blue line. Why don't I counter with ferals to keep the pressure up? It doesn't seem good, but I mean, it's at least interesting. And let's say they do what they did in the game, right? I can do this. And I imagine they grabbed the Redeemer. Why wouldn't you, right? And drone. I probably do want all these entities, honestly. They, I don't think they could get a second Redeemer. They might try, but... Let's say they follow the same line they did in the game. I don't think what I'm doing is so different that they would deviate, and this seems fine to me as well. I mean, it's a lot, but so far they're still defending okay, right? It's probably Rhino time. I have enough attack and the ferals are giving me more. I don't need to keep building Tarsiers at this point. You know? I have a lot of attack. This seems pretty cool. I don't know, maybe something like this. Oh, this doesn't even keep the Urban alive, so you would Force Field and Gauss Cannon, sure. Well, I'm in a little trouble myself, I guess. I needed a second conduit at some point, but all the engineers were just pretty good, so I got those instead. They want a force field. Well, no, because I'm losing an attack. They don't need a force field. Maybe this? I think I need to, like, do this and actually just hold a Rhino if I want to defend. And I guess my goal at this point is to get them to force field enough that they die. But it's not clear that I'll be successful in this. Actually, I guess it sort of is. Like, I seem to be pretty stable against 7, right? I'm losing Feral, NG, Rhino every turn. And absorbing on Rhino. That's exactly... I can exactly pay for that with my tech every turn. And it exactly deals with their incoming attack. So, are they stable? No, they're building force fields, right? I don't think these NGs are going to turn the tide. Was this too many force fields? No, because I might have clicked this Rhino after, instead of holding it back, right? Well, wait. Even if I did, that's only 9, right? Maybe I made them force field too much. It says 11, but really I'm losing 1, so that's 10. Oh, I'm losing 2 attack. That's 10. And then they can Gambit the other Urban. Okay, so they get to add this Gauss Cannon. Sure. Now it starts to get pretty tricky for me. But for them too, right? They didn't get to build NGs this way. I don't know. This doesn't seem as bad as I thought it might be. But actually, it seems actually pretty losing. Yeah. It's just not enough defense here. Maybe if I could have gotten another conduit at some point, I could be force fielding. But since I'm not, like, opponent having the only access to all the good soak, i.e. force fields, walls, and then they have urbans to fall back on even, yeah. This is gonna lose also. So... I'm not sure what I should have done. I mean, I guess I already talked about how maybe just doing this first would have been better. But if I do, I think they actually can get this? Well, no. They're sort of anticipating me responding with a Redeemer, right? And this is going to be a lot to deal with. So they probably see this coming and can't get a Redeemer. But let's just look at how tough it is. Well, actually, it's totally fine. Yikes. And it just like, oh, well, okay. I guess that's right. The second Redeemer is a little harder to deal with. But they manage, right? What did I have him do last turn? Engie using a conduit? I guess that's fine. And I'm just like getting smoked. Yikes. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm up 2 drones. It says 3, but I'm losing 1 more than he is. I'm up 2 drones. I'm down an attack. And opponent is ahead half a turn. Right? So they get to add attack before I do. And I think they might even be able to get away with this. Oh yeah, this is horrible. But they also had 9 drones, so I don't know. Maybe I can somehow kill them on this. Yeah, maybe I made them build Redeemers too aggressively, and the third one was too much, because I seem like I'm about to win here. They just have so much more attack, but it's not enough to defend this. Well, oh. Okay, I mean, I guess. But I think they're just crumbling too fast. So, okay, I probably made them get too many Redeemers in this line, but yeah, like the second one right after the first was maybe a bit much. But it does seem like, having gotten the Urban Sentry before the Redeemer, helped by, like, letting me... In a way, it gives me 3 defensive tempo. It looks like it gives me, you know, an attack, which of course it does, right? But this could be a Gauss Cannon, right? Or a Steel Splitter or something. Why not? You know, if it were just an attack, that's what it would be. But really what it does is it's like, oh, it's a Gauss Cannon, but you don't need this wall anymore. It gives you a free wall next turn, because you can use your existing wall for soak instead of using it for absorb. You sort of gain 3 defense for free when you buy it. And that is a gigantic tempo swing. I sort of thought I could get an Urban later, but I never really could. So I think that getting my Urban sooner, like here, even though it doesn't do any damage when attacking, I should think of it more as giving myself some defense. And then, of course, it does damage on the next turn. That's what it's for. But it gives me the ability to not have to defend for a little while. And do whatever you want with that tempo. So, I don't know. I think that they would have found some better lines than what I had them do in analysis, and it wouldn't be a clear victory. You'll recall that I was feeling, right about here, kind of defeated. But actually, I just, you know, I'm not down that much attack, and, well, okay, maybe this was clearly wrong. It's a very, like, Redeemer is a thing you don't want at, like, medium pressure levels. You want it only at very low pressure in the early game, or sometimes very high pressure when the game is about to end, and so the Gauss charges don't even matter. If you can jam through a Redeemer to get the killing blow, then who cares about the Gauss charges that come after? In the middle game, it's usually wrong. So maybe they would have done this instead. But I still seem to be in good shape. Well, maybe not. I have to find a lot of defense all of a sudden, don't I? But I mean, like, now I'm sort of up on everything, right? I guess I'm down an attack, but I'm up a few drones, and I have, you know, the half-turn advantage at this point. This defends the urbans, which is good, because you can't defend any more than that. Yeah, I think I'll come out ahead in this analysis also. This also barely defends. I don't know. I mean, I guess they have urban tempo they can maybe use. I mean, it's not much better to do than just build a wall here, right? Hang on. Since they're losing an urban, I didn't need that force field. Again, I don't need the force field. Ooh, and now they're gonna get breached if they don't do something. So they can't wall anymore, which is a big deal. I mean, I guess I can't either. There are no walls left in my supply, right? So there's that. Yeah. It seems like I'm just barely winning this one. I guess they hold back a Redeemer. They're losing an urban now, though, so... Actually, I don't even... That means I don't even have to hold the drone. Yeah, this is a win for me. So... Whoops. What? Oh. I thought... I couldn't read the numbers very well, apparently. Maybe I forgot to build the force field or something, I don't know. Yeah, but then they lose. So, okay. I guess I really am underestimating the value of getting even a single urban sentry, because it doesn't seem like a big adjustment, and it doesn't even seem very good, right? Like, wouldn't you rather get a wall? Sorry. Yes. You do get the wall first, but then instead of a Redeemer, you get an urban sentry while you still can. And that just makes a tremendous difference. You know, I'm not saying I would have won, but the lines that seem natural for my opponent are not nearly as good as when I, like, never could get my own urban. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind in future. It's like the giant tempo swing of getting... Like, it doesn't seem that good, right? It's just... It absorbs for 2, it's like a wall, and it attacks. That's good, like, you want it, for sure. But compared to absorbing on wall and, like, buying some other attacker, how great really is it when you already have a wall? It's pretty great. It's like giving you a free wall, so... I mean, if I could start my games with a free wall, I think it could beat just about anybody. And that's sort of the effect that Urban Sentry gives you. So, okay, cool. Anyway, that'll do it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.